Begin by saying Kalal Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Waba Shemaka Kodash. I want to give the honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutation to all the Akim around the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, right? I'm gonna start with this. This is Supplant, right? Because in the scriptures, you have the twin brother Jacob and Esau, alright? And the scriptures say that, Esau came out, with basically Jacob holding his his foot, like holding on to his heel, and that basically was showing what the supplantation of them Edomites, you understand? So this is supplant, and it means one, to take the place of another as true force, right? Scheming, strategy, or the like, to replace one thing by something else. You understand? How is that gonna happen? Pertaining to y'all Christians who believe that everybody is one. How are you gonna take the place of another as true force? Right? How are you going to replace this kingdom if the Most High wasn't dealing with nations? How are you? What are you going to replace? When the scripture says Revelation 2:26 that He's going to give us power over the nations, how is that going to come in effect? You understand? How is that prophecy going to come to pass if everybody is one? That make no sense. That make no fucking sense, yo. You understand? Right? Let me get this in Deuteronomy, right? Because when the twin brothers, you understand, Jacob, which is the vessel created unto honor, and then Esau, right, which is the vessel created unto dishonor, when they come out, Jacob, was holding on to Esau's heel. You understand? Basically foreshadowing what is to come. You understand? Because why? We have to go pull this devil outside of the power seat. We have to go pull him out. Him not go come out just so. You understand what I'm saying? That is what you are so-called Hispanics, you are so-called black, so-called Negroes, so-called Native American Indians supposed to be doing, because they all are the sons of the Most High. You understand? That is your job. You understand? To be pulling on the heel of Esau. You understand? Let me read this. Right? Let me read this in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter actually it's like Genesis, the 25th chapter, right? Let's read what the scriptures say, because everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. You understand what I'm going? Everything that was written aforetime was for our learning. Is not just there because the prophets them did feel like them want to write something. You understand what I mean? I said this is Genesis chapter 25, right? Starting at verse 25, right? And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau, right? Verse 26. And after that came his brother, right, out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, right? And Isaac was was 80 years old when she bare 80 years old when she bare them, right? Saying, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Alright? So basically, that whole thing that happened at birth, was basically to basically foreshadow the prophecies as what was supposed to come. You understand what I mean? I said Jacob is the one who's going to be pulling on Esau, the devil's heel. You understand what I mean? I said not Christians, right? Because the scriptures not dealing with Christians. The scriptures, don't talk about Christians. You understand what I mean? I say, because there is madness. There is an imagination. You understand? Right? Rather, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Because this is not just, this is not that in Genesis where they were pulling on the heel. Back in Jeremiah 1, it tell you also, what the prophets them supposed to be doing, right? The prophets going back to the seed of Jacob. You understand? The 12 tribes. You Israelites, you so-called West Indian black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Latinos. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I said. This is Jeremiah 1 and verse 10, right? See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms. Right? Is America not a kingdom right now? Is America not the greatest kingdom on the face of the earth right now? Wasn't the Babylonian Empire, right, the greatest kingdom at its time? Right? Wasn't the Assyrian Empire, you know, the greatest kingdom of its time, right? All these kingdoms coming right down to the Roman Empire. You understand what I mean? So we're in these great kingdoms. At every period through history, you have great fucking kingdoms. So all of a sudden you have fucking Christians wanna be saying that, hey, you know, it's no more about you know, nations and nationality. What the fuck? That don't make no sense. Because the prophecies that to come, they're supposed to be fulfilled. Talking what? You know, all the promises pertain to the seed of Jacob, as it says in Romans chapter 9. You understand what I mean? I say nothing never changed. The Most High is the same yesterday, today, and forever. The Most High constant. Him not wild. Him not. You see me? I say him not say one thing this moment and the next minute he must say a different thing. Him not change him words to nothing. You understand? Right? So this is back in Jeremiah chapter 1 and 10, right? It says, see, I have this day, right, set thee over the nations and over kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down and to build and to plant. You know, and when him pull down, saying, when him pull down and root up and throw down, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plant righteousness. You know, the righteous seed which is Jacob. You understand? You so-called Hispanics, so-called Negroes, so-called Native American Indians, so-called West Indian blacks, and all these people. You understand what I'm saying? That's being scattered to the four corners of the earth. You know, that being put under the curses. You understand? You're all supposed to be the ones that, you know, be doing the will of the Most High, Yahushai, right? Yahweh being the name of the Father, right? And Yahushai the name of the Son. These is the correct names of the Father and the Son. You understand what I'm saying? These is the correct names, the Hebrew names, because he was given when the angel came and was talking to Mary about the name of the Son, right? It was Hebrew, it was English. You understand what I'm saying, right? All right. Let me get this in Jeremiah as well. You know, Jeremiah chapter 28, right? Chapter 28 and 8, right? The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You know, this is what the prophets them supposed to be doing. This is how you know the true prophets. You're supposed to be speaking against kingdoms. You understand what I mean? I say, tell them that the judgment, especially, you're supposed to be speaking against unrighteous kingdom. You understand what I mean? I say, because why? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and Esau, the devil, you understand what I mean? I say, I rule over a sinful kingdom right now. You know, have you Jakes bugged out? Have you sons of Jacob, you know, doing all type of abominations in the earth? That's what's going on right now. Right? What y'all Christians actually doing is basically strengthening the hand of this devil. Yeah, right? Instead of being pulling on him heel, pulling him out of power. You understand? Starting, you know, with the spiritual aspects, you know, at the process before, you know, meaning that let it happen in the spirit first, and then, you know, everything is gonna be made manifest. You understand? When Yahushai come back, you understand? And him execute a vengeance, you know, because we are waiting upon him to execute a vengeance, right? Let me read this. This is Isaiah, right? Isaiah, the 14th chapter, right? Right? Hear what this is, because this is what y'all doing. This is what y'all Christians doing. Right? This is Isaiah chapter this is Isaiah chapter 14, right? This is what Esau, you know, is right now. You know, him won't be like the Most High. He's an evil man. Pride overtake him heart, and him feel like say, yo, you know, him go remain in that power seat. You know what I'm saying? Him gonna be as the Most High, right? And I said, in heaven I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. This is what this devil is saying, right? But this is what, let me get this in Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 24, 23 and 14. Salah. Right? This is what I read. This is what y'all Christians doing. You know, when it comes to the devil right now, right? I have seen also the prophets of Jerusalem, right? In a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They all walking in the ways of the so-called white man. You know him. The wicked is estranged from the womb. him being estranged from the womb. As him come out, him start chat be a fuckery, be a lie, be a imagination. And y'all walking in that shit. Hence why y'all believe that, you know, the so-called white man can be saved. And y'all believe that, this, you know, all the other heathens which is supposed to be enemies, y'all believe that them can be fucking saved. And that's not what the scripture is saying, right? But y'all actually strengthening the hand of the devil and the heathens, right? So they strengthen also the hands of the evildoers, that none those return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. So the Most High say, y'all prophets, you know, we're being siding with the heathens, siding with the enemies, siding with the lies of the so-called white man, the devil in the earth. You know, y'all is like Sodom unto him and Gomorrah. What you know about Sodom and Gomorrah? It was an abomination, you know, an abominable place unto the Most High. The Most High hated so much, that's why. You know, him send him angels them, you know, to turn that place in a sulfur. You understand what I mean? I say ashes and sulfur, that's what him do. That's how much him did hate that place. And that's, you know, that's why I look on y'all prophets right now. You understand which him actually gonna do, because the scripture talk about you know, when them bombs start drop, you understand, and the fervent heat go melt everything. You understand? Y'all prophets, y'all false prophets, you know, who in love in bed with Esau the devil, gonna get burned up in that shit too. Because why? You know, you can't enter upon the next side in another state of mind. Y'all prophets is Jerusalem have to go get back in on the rightful state of mind. Before, you know, so y'all blood have to go pay for that, you know, the price for all them lies that y'all perpetuating and straining and that Esau the devil. You understand? Right now, you know, actually on the road, you know, hopefully I brought some edification. You understand? I want to say Shalom Barakatah. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutation to all the Akim on the four corners of the earth, you know, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. I want to say Shalom. Mawat la babal.